Bet you didn't know I had courses, or a coupon, linked below. As usual, my day started off playing Nerf guns with the little dudes in the backyard, and my dad brought me a pie.
Yay!
But then I said goodbye to the little guys because after all, I am a 27-year-old real estate investor and real estate is what I do. So I headed on over to the opportunity that came to me yesterday.
My new home. That's a nice view. There. That's freaking nice view. You can see all over Ventura. Bye-bye.
So my dad talks to me about some of his kitchen renovation plans and recommends that we get ourselves an IKEA kitchen and install it together as a father-son project, and heck, we could even make a video out of it. Then there's some old stuff. Then there's a funky drop down, which I really want to make flat, but my dad says, why don't you just leave it? Why spend the money? Instead, maybe just put a nice modern wire railing around it. Then there's some funky widow's nest on the side. Got some old bathrooms with old wallpaper. Got a jacuzzi that actually works with a view off that jacuzzi deck. Got another funky bathroom. And the house even comes with a library right out front. Here's a foundation guy. He likes to inspect foundations, so he started inspecting the foundation. While he was doing that, I went climbing down the storm drain. I checked out that thick concrete they used to stabilize the soil on the side of the property, and the drainage ditch. Actually made me feel a whole lot better about the property. Not that crazy of a slope. So as much as I want to stay here, I've got to run because we are doing our private live stream for our real estate investing group and the real estate agent group. So I gotta run back to the studio, drop my dad off, and get to work. What do you think about work?
I hate work. The view is so beautiful. That's what I think. You can't get a better one. The house has a lot to do, but it's definitely possible.
Then we went to go look at the plumbing disaster again. Hey Lauren.
Hey.
How much do you care about commission-free trades?
I don't.
So instead, let's talk about real estate. We're gonna check in on this plumbing disaster project with Lauren, and we're about to drive to the airport because where are we freaking going?
Miami.
Yeah, we're going to Miami for our crash course Saturday. You know it starts off good when there are 2 plumbing trucks here. Oh dear.
Work's getting done.
What's up, guys?
Ah, just the person I wanted to see.
Perfect. Don't fall in the trench, Lauren.
Moat.
It is a moat.
Yeah, we got a little pocket house. They're just little right now, but they're getting bigger.
Yeah, good.
May take a year or two.
What's up, Matt? How's it going? I'm Kevin. Nice to meet you. Yeah? Wow, all right. Oh, look at this. This is just fully coming through here. How cool is that? You guys literally went under the foundation wall, but I guess that's the way to do it.
I tried to talk to Mark and find out where my sink is going here because I have to still jackhammer and get into the wall, but he hasn't called back. Yeah, that's ancient.
Wow.
That's
Feel that.
early.
Oh, wow.
That's early 70s.
Oh my gosh, it's like velvet? What is that?
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
Okay, I will text him or call him right now to ask him to get in touch with you right away. I guess that'll be good for another 100 years.
Hopefully.
Yeah, right. Nice to meet you, man. I'll see you guys later. I'll get in touch with Mark.
Have a good day.
Yeah, you too.
All their stuff is just like a disaster because of all this plumbing stuff. I feel bad.
Feel bad,
Yeah.
Ooh, trenches. Ooh, 2-way clean out. Ooh, new piping. Ooh, new piping all the way to the kitchen. Yay. Then we decided to go to the city to do some research on the hillside property, which after all has quite the reputation with the city. So Lauren, we just came out of the building and safety department and the land dev guy, at first he's like, oh, I know this property. I know the lady by the first name. And what kind of vibe was he giving us?
His hands where I was like, you should just talk to her civil engineer, and then at the end he said, be safe.
Like what? Ah!
I want to clarify back to my pessimistic outlook, potentially pessimistic. I don't think I'm a pessimistic person. I think I'm a realistic person, and I think there's a big difference. I've been very optimistic about other properties that we've been involved in the past. I just have a really weird gut feeling about this one.
Then I talked to the #1 soil rated engineer in the county. Well, hi there, my name's Kevin and I'm interested in a soils report. Well, I'm looking at a hillside property on stilts and I'm worried it's slipping down the hill.
And you're looking at buying this house that's on stilts that's sliding down the hill?
Yep.
Oh, okay. Why? We've been quite a bit on Aliso Street, underpinning probably about 6 houses on that street that settled over the years.
Well, that street sucks.
That was a different issue. Yeah, the street sucks. You know, if the city says be careful, something they know. They can't say. How did you get our name, by the way?
Oh yeah, Alpine said you guys are the go-to.
I was gonna refer him.
Okay. I have two things from two different people. One of them is from Geotechnical.
Well, I can tell you right now, he has the worst reputation in the industry.
Ah, okay.
It's probably not worth the paper he wrote it on. He's in lawsuits for this kind of stuff. The county's out to take his license away. I mean, I guess this guy is bad.
They kind of sold this to me under the guise that, oh, don't worry, the sewer's clear, everything's good. Oh, don't worry, we have this engineering information already. Well, then I find out that their engineer has a terrible reputation. The person who did the sewer clearance missed a crack in the sewer line that could cost 20 grand to fix. It's like, that's this, and then I'm already hesitant about it, and now it's like red flag after red flag.
Yeah, I think your decision should be solidified after that phone call conversation.
I just think it's, again, Pandora's box. I need to stay away. I don't believe in, like, really signs or, I don't know, the universe working to tell you something or deliver a message, but man, if I did, today would be, and I don't know, I'm feeling it. I mean, the guy at the city holding his hands up, saying be safe as we leave about the property, and then this person that we just called telling us that the inspections that were done and the engineers that were hired are basically shady and that their reports are meaningless. So, doesn't feel good. I don't like it.
And that's a at least well-reviewed company online, at least based on their reviews, that's saying this.
Yeah.
So I have to find another Airbnb.
I think this is a pretty obvious answer that we should just back out.
Then I talked to the listing agent at the airport lounge. I will come up with a solution and I will get it over to you.
I'm gonna go. Okay.
Of course, I post a video about the frickin' property and 2 people call on it and a third person writes an offer on it, like within hours of me posting a video about it. And I did all the door knocking for them.
All the investigation, the discovery,
Let
the
me
neighbors.
spend more money.
Yeah.
Then I talked to Lauren.
I'm honestly kind of happy and a little relieved because I've just been having a bad feeling about it this whole time. So it's, the stars are aligning that it's just not meant to be, and I'm kind of happy about that.
Well, but we have it under contract, so we could buy it. We could close it.
Yeah, I would not want to buy that unless we got that soil tested and making sure that everything is structured.
Get that report did?
Yeah, get that report done.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, that's such a scary property that you do want to just inspect that with a fine-tooth comb. It's very important, especially because it's, you know, it's on freaking stilts. That's just like, and it's like the cliff is just right there. It's like right.
Are you suggesting that maybe I'm FOMOing and I need to be patient to find a deal?
Yeah, I think sometimes, as you guys probably have seen, Kevin gets a little excited about stuff.
Well, it's...
And I don't know if you've also seen that I'm a lot more calm than Kevin, and I think that people like Kevin need a calm demeanor just to balance out a little bit.
It's just bad. Well, you know what it is? It's just like, it somewhat feels like there's this balance between being excited about it and then the FOMO, that fear of missing out. But then on the flip side, there's that loss aversion feeling of like, it's so painful to lose money. You don't want to lose money. So you have like both of these things going where like you want it because you don't want to miss out, but then you also don't want to lose money. I feel like honestly I'm at a casino right now.
Yeah, it is a gamble, and I think that a little bit of emotion and getting caught up is happening right now, because I think if you were to completely remove yourself emotionally, I'm honestly very detached from the house. I don't feel any emotional or rat race, you know, anxiousness to try and get it because of a deal potential. I don't feel good about it, so I'm out. I think that if you were in that same mindset, that maybe you would see it a little bit differently.
I think every property we've ever bought, when we got the deal, we were jumping up and down, like breaking champagne over it.
Oh yeah, totally.
And this, I'm pretty sure I made a joke the day that we're like, oh, we might get this, like, let's go buy some champagne, and you're like,
not feeling it.
Yeah.
It's not like a champagne moment. I can't help it. I really don't see my opinion being any different than what it is right now.
Well, what if I said you could manage the Airbnb?
That was one thing I told him, because he's like, hey, you want to manage it? Because done property management forever. And I'm like, nope, you're gonna have to get an Airbnb specialist. I admit, when I don't know something, I'm not in the right position now as a full-time mom, and I manage our own properties now. I no longer do it professionally. I'm not in it to learn more to do it correctly, so it's not smart for me to do it. What? Here, Kevin, I'm gonna do some numbers here. Just some quick numbers. There we go. That's what I got.
What do you mean?
I just did some numbers. Just some quick add-ups.
You're not even talking about dollars. You're just talking about. Oh. Here, I'll do the equivalent of the math that you just did for this deal.
Some meaningless math.
Just counted some beans here.
You did some numbers.
Well, at least I didn't make us miss our flight.
I got something to say about that. Kevin was so anxious to learn more about this property. We ended up going to the city, finding out nothing, as you saw previously, and then going and sitting in a bank parking lot because he was going to wire some funds. While he was waiting to go into the bank, he called that engineer guy telling us all this other stuff. Basically, bottom line, gathering information for this property caused us to miss our flight to Miami. Thank goodness we're leaving 2 days before the event. And now instead of arriving what we should have been at 8 p.m., now we're arriving the next morning at 6 a.m. So fun red-eye flight.
Should I buy it? Oh, you're not connected to the internet.
Sign.
How is a lounge computer not connected to the internet?
I think as a celebration of choosing not to have the deal, we should get champagne for that, since we're in this airport lounge for quite a while and it's free, so let's do it.
You for sure don't want it.
Oh, what makes you think that?
I just have to say, so much of me is kind of bummed because it's like, I feel like I see this property being on the market for like $1.1 million in a few months, remodeled, soil's fine, everything's good, and it's like, way to go, Kevin.
Well, I won't feel sad because I'm not going to doubt the feelings that I'm getting, so I can't regret it. There's always going to be another opportunity.
But the yeah but is dead.
Literally. That was the weirdest thing ever when the person told us that yeah but was dead. I won't say who told us, but they were excited. I'm like, who is excited about someone's death? That's sad. You want to take a look at these numbers I crunched again? Here, wait, I gotta...
There it is, Lauren figured it out.
Yeah. More of the universe just channeling its feelings about this property, and it just like went through my fingers and I just randomly did this, and this is the number crunching I did.
I seriously still feel like there's money in this deal. We need to do the good old Ben Franklin list right now. Let's weigh the good and the bad. What's bad about this deal?
This. I worked really hard at crunching these numbers, Kev.
If they gave us a soil report and it was clear, would it be worth it?
Then it would be the next process of all the other inspections that I'd want to just like thoroughly look at everything. And if it's bad, it's really bad. If it's good, that's great. But there is clearly concern with how the house is positioned on the hillside.
I would buy it if it weren't for the soils. And it's only a potential issue. But I say that because I also...
You would buy it if it weren't potentially going to fall off the cliff.
Yes. Well,
Really,
see... Well, what's frustrating is I even called to find out if there's a such thing as erosion insurance. That's like, you know, if the house just starts slipping away, and there's not. And if the house starts slipping, it's on you.
So you're saying you got to have that insurance cost. So we're talking about maybe, you know, the square root of at least 5, and then amortized over at least 5 years. So then now it's this. So.
Negative 120 million. The other thing that I have to realistically look at too is, in the course, I always say, if you're going to spend $1, you need to get $2 back in value. This is going to be at least an $80,000 renovation, not even considering foundation or soils. And I think maybe if I spent $80,000, maybe I'd get $150K in value out of the property on top of that, which somewhat aligns. But as soon as you add in, let's say 20 grand in work for foundations, even $1 work for soils, all that wedge goes away right away. Why am I going through the stress? You know, what's the point? I'll just go find another simple deal I could put 40 grand into and make 100, like those single families that are just on a slab, simple, easy peasy. Or as my favorite contractor always says, simple pimple.
Why a simple pimple? Like, because it's easy to pop? I don't know.
My dad just texted and he's like, hey, did you get the house we were looking at? And I texted him back, Keiko, I might be too nervous about the soil. And his reply, the saga of the slippery slope continues. Cheers!
Yeah, we didn't get champagne because it's not a celebratory topic, so we got some white wine. So.
No, we got the white wine because the white wine was free. The champagne cost money.